Okay, this is Meadowtown 2013. This is Backdrop, and we're backstage with Jordison from Scarf Martyr, and this is an absolute pleasure for you to be here. And just explain to us what this project's about.
I started writing material about a year and a half ago, and basically I was accumulating so much original material since the last Slipknot record that I wanted to go in and demo, a bunch of stuff. And once I got in there, I decided to kind of, divert my path on what I was trying a bunch of different musical styles I hadn't tried before. So I just went on a total experimental craze and just kind of locked myself in the studio for like 2 months. And I came out with a batch of songs that basically became the framework for what now has turned into Scar the Martyr. So I came up with, I think, about 14 songs. And from then on, I'm like, well, Slipknot's not active right now, and this stuff is way too good. So I started envisioning like a whole nother project, and because it was getting really personal, I was getting really involved with this music. So it was then that I decided to start looking for a vocalist.
So, what do you use as inspiration and like in your time off, for that? I mean, obviously, obviously you're very busy with Slipknot, but for this project here, I mean, what do you use to sort of like get you moving forward?
Basically, when I have off time, and I come home from tour, and then we complete like a cycle. Yeah. I usually kind of decompress for a while and wait for myself to kind of get re-inspired, and that comes from a bunch of different, realms. And basically, what I wanted to do is I had to go into the studio, and I just didn't know what it was going to turn into. Like why I'm sitting here talking about the Scar the Martyr project, had no idea it was going to go this far. So basically, on my downtime, that's what I do is just music still, or working on projects, or whatever. Because I'm just so consumed with it, I don't know how to shut myself off. In a way, it's a problem, but it's a blessing in disguise too.
Do you ever find yourself like you're at home? Do you have a studio at home and sort of like do you just sort of wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and think, hey man, I've just got to get this down because it's in my brain?
Yeah, this day and age, almost everyone has a studio and knows how to, has 4 tracks or whatever. I don't have anything. I don't. Okay. I have it in my head, and I have like a little, just like a handheld recorder, and I have a Zoom, exactly. And I record the guitar riffs on that, and I have my V drums downstairs, electronics. Yeah. And I kind of map out the drums like that, and then from then I'll just switch, get like a song structure just on a Zoom, and then I'll start working out a bass pattern along to that. And then once I go into the studio, I'll do like 4 different takes of the song on drums. Listen back and see like what I like best. I'll try different tempos and all that, and then I'll start layering the guitars on top of it. Sometimes I'll stop and scratch it completely and try it, different tempos or different keys until I have it. So it's usually about like, I don't know, usually like probably like 4 or 5 takes to find the exact tempo on drums, and then I get the right feel and I test on guitar, and then I just go from there.
A lot of music now, and I speak to a lot of the bands here, and they just, it's so sanitized in the sense they sit in front of a laptop, and the music process is not organic as it used to be, like 4 guys or 5 guys in a studio, just actually just sort of like looking each other in the eye and going, yeah, this is what it's meant to be. And hey, man, if it sucks, but you tell someone, not just emailing someone. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I still am a firm believer in the organic way and the old school way of doing things. For me, I'll never convert. I like bouncing ideas off other people. We recorded in the same studio that we did the All Hope Is Gone Slipknot record. So we're not doing this on a laptop and pro, like a home Pro Tools units. We still have the big studio environment, still the big board. No one uses big boards anymore. I'm like trying to mix the album, and everyone's like, well, we mix on this, and it's like about this big. I'm like, what's the times coming to? So we did everything old school. Yeah. Still, and everyone's in the studio, and everyone's, there in each other's face and collaborating on ideas, and you can tell it. You can tell when you listen to the record, like the chemistry between the players playing together. It's amazing.
Have you had any partners that you've collaborated, or are you just on your own, or do you sort of like pull someone in and like let's get to it?
Well, on this project, I mentioned Henry Derrick, my vocalist. He's amazing. But the guitar players are Kriss from Darkest Hour, and the legendary Jed Simon from Strapping Young Lad.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, and on handling all the keyboard and sampling duties is legendary Kriss from 9 Inch Nails.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a bit of a super group, really, isn't it?
I keep getting asked that, but actually it is. It wasn't put together like that, but it is. And I handle the bulk of the rhythm guitars and the bass, but those guys really like took the project and added all the spice on top of it, all the ear candy. What they really brought the record to life, to where it's just the soundscapes and the 3D of it, all dimensions, it's amazing. Those guys are amazing musicians.
So what was the process in trying to find these guys to sort of like do it with you? I mean, obviously, you know a lot of people. Is it a case of, I've got this, and maybe you think this guy's going to be perfect for this project, and you just sort of phone them up and say, hey, man, I really need to come and look at this, and so you can take this forward? Yeah,
this one actually wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Initially, I probably went through, I would say probably 10 to 15 guitarists, maybe over a dozen guitarists that I was working with to see who I'd really vibe with, and it was really hard. So I mean, with Kriss and Jed, I'd known Jed for a while, and we have a mutual love for Kiss, and he was teching Byron, who's also in Strapping Young Lad when Slipknot was touring with Fear Factory, and that's how we got to know each other. And my friend James Murphy, who's also a good friend of Henry's, the singer, he recommended Chris Norris. Okay. So that was perfect because James, knew what we were looking for, and Chris did an amazing job. So everyone was we had friends on the outside helping us with this thing too, and the people on the outside are so well respected as well. It was like a big circle of people and musicians that helped me with getting this all together too.
Do you ever sort of sit there and think, I've got this idea, and do you sort of have a soundboard of someone who kind of comes back with you and sort of says, wow, come on, man, this is amazing, but maybe you should do this a little bit different? Do you take criticism well, or are you one of these guys that's like, okay, we can move forward on this?
I like listening to other people's ideas, because no matter what, I mean, if they're hearing something and they feel strongly about it, I want to listen. I want to hear what they have to say. And that's how we worked. I mean, there's no egos involved or anything like that. We all worked as a team to make the album as best as it could be. And I'm still learning. I just like playing with a bunch of different musicians.
So, is anything you want to say back to this will be in Sweden, and then obviously this will probably go international as well? Is there anything you want to say to anyone about your plans for the future and what's going on?
Right now we're finishing up Slipknot festivals, and Scar the Martyr's going on tour with Danzig. What's that date? What is it? August 9th, yeah. So I'm bad with dates, man. I don't even know what today is. I
was talking to
August 9th, we're doing a fall tour with Danzig in the States. So that's going to be awesome. And the record comes out October 1st.
I was talking to my friends in Flames, and I said to Bjorn, what are you doing? He's like, Chris, I have no idea. Someone just emails me and just tells me where I need to be. Is that like that for you as well?
Well, the weird thing is, it's not that we don't know. It's just like we kind of live different lives. It's kind of like, hotel, sound check, show, plane, or bus, and it's kind of they kind of run into each other, And same thing in the studio. When I'm in the studio, I'm like in there. I mean, a month will go by and it seems like a couple days. So all musicians can relate to this.
Okay. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us, man. You're just an amazing dude, man.
Thanks, man.
Absolute pleasure for me. I mean, this is Jordison, and I'm Chris Panic, and this is Backdrop, and this has been Metal Town 2013. Let's get your horns out and rock on.